Right then. Well then. Hello there everyone, and welcome back to another JackalMan live stream. I think we're live. Looks like it's all live. Instead of ring races, as has been the usual topic for these streams, we are diving back in, finally, to Sonic Roboblast 2, where I'm going to be testing out Frontier Sonic. The character that I said 2 months ago probably would be on my list, and because I've covered other things up until now and all the rest of that, he's finally next on the list. He is unfortunately reaching that phase right as we move into Christmas, and realistically I'm not going to be able to do much with him regarding scripting and certainly editing the video until after I come back from my Christmas break, because I'm going to go back home to be with my family over that, so I'm not going to be doing much with the channel until at least a week into the new year probably. But I figured, seeing as I'm not going to be able to do much regarding videos for a while, I might as well try him out on a stream. So I have played a fair bit of him up until now, probably cumulatively 2.5 to 3 hours with him probably. I haven't completed a full playthrough with him yet. There's been a couple of things that I'm a little confused about, a little apprehensive, kind of figuring out how this and that works with him. But seeing as multiple people relating to the development of the character appears to be in my chat, seems like the perfect time to ask these sorts of questions. So, yeah. To start with, I am enjoying him. It's not my favourite character in the world so far. There's a lot of things that I'm looking at and going, bit strange. Not sure that's how I would have done it myself. I should also clarify that I have played Sonic Frontiers, so I do know vaguely what they are referencing, so to speak, with some of the quirks and the abilities. It's been a while since I've played Frontiers. I'd say, I think the Final Horizon was the last time I played Sonic Frontiers. So yeah, it's been a while since I've played it, certainly. But I have played it. I know vaguely what they're going for here. So we'll just go through a couple of levels and then I'll start bringing up some of my thoughts and opinions, because I do have a fair few. Obviously I'm going to try and save some of it to the video proper, but yeah, I do have my opinions, I do have my thoughts. So yeah, I don't think this is going to go quite as long as one of my usual videos, but I think we're probably going to do a playthrough of the storyline, unless there's somewhere that I get really stuck on, and then probably do the 06 level pack, or at least some of it. Oh yeah, and you'll also notice that I'm using models at the moment. I know he doesn't have a model, but I've been testing out some other things on SRB2 in relation to some upcoming content, so I just figured put on models for a bit of a change in pace. So yeah, I'm not sure whether I prefer them over the usual sprite-based thing, but it is, you know, it's a little change over the last couple of years. Oh, there you go, there's the first time I've actually seen his idle animation. Up until now, he's never actually triggered it. I will say that I do quite like the physics system. It does feel, there are a couple of quirks, you know, but it does feel, for the most part, like they've done a pretty good job at replicating Frontier's slightly unique control scheme. Oh. The lip here always gets me. So yeah, I've done these first few stages a couple of times with them now, so I am more and more used to how I'm doing it. But we'll kind of get to deep sea, and that's the point where I'm a little less... no, not deep sea. Probably Castle Eggman's the point where I get a bit more less familiar with it. So where do I begin with where do I begin with my thoughts on Frontier Sonic? So yeah, he's very accurate. He's exactly what I would expect a Frontier Sonic to look like in SRB2. For better or for worse. Often for better, but there are a few quirks I'm not a huge fan of. Seeing as I just got the speed sneakers, I should probably mention that. I don't get where they're getting some of this audio from. It's really, really tinned. And the other thing I'm noticing, as you might have seen there, sometimes my jumps just don't trigger. Like, I don't know whether it's because I'm running off the slope or something, but I'm jumping there, and it's just not triggering. But as soon as I hit the water, then I can jump. It's a bit strange. I don't really need to do this, but I always like taking this shortcut, even if by this point I've lost more time trying to do it. You can also get a little bit of height from doing the... there we go. That's what I was trying to do. Some characters it's a bit easier to do that with than with others. So yeah, I think realistically, over the next couple of days, I'll record some footage that I'll use on the review, as well as at least begin scripting process, but editing and all the rest of that's going to have to wait until the new year. But yeah, what I'm really liking with him is that you are able to get a surprisingly good flow state with the guy. I think part of that is because he's... when you break it down, like, when you look at his download page, he looks quite intimidating. He looks like there is a lot of stuff going on. Because there's a bajillion different abilities, and they're all listed separately. And it looks overwhelming. But when you get to use the guy, it's not too bad. A lot of it's really just the one ability, the kind of the crouch, slide, stomp thing, just in various contexts. In reality, he's only got so many of them. I always forget. This one boss, for whatever reason, as Frontier Sonic, you just want to jump into him. There's no point going for the homing attack. It just damages you. I don't know whether it's something to do with the goo, but this is the one boss where you really don't want to homing attack into them. As you can see, it's not gone well for me. But oh well, just about dodged all of the goo. So, I have noticed, at the very least, Team Starfall is in the chat, who appears to be the, so to speak, official account for the guy. Apparently he isn't, like, the lead, but he seems to be, at the very least, the communications guy, because I remember dropping into a stream showing Frontier Sonic off, and it was on Team Starfall's chat. On Team Starfall's channel, I should say. So, at the very least, but I've also heard that Dexile Hunter, who's also in the chat, is, at the very least, involved with the project. Can I just get through here? Yeah, there we go. Easy, easy, easy. Yeah, Dexile owns the thing, and then it looks like there's a couple of other people who might be interested, might be related, who knows. So I will be giving a little bit of feedback. I don't know why I'm kind of holding off on it for so long, but yeah. So while we go through this easy bit, I suppose I'll look at the chat and see what people are asking. So let's have a look. Okay. Fennec the SVG asks, what are your thoughts on the sprites overall? So, seeing as that's the most direct question, I suppose I'll start with that one. Overall, I'm quite liking them. There are a couple of things where he's a bit ugly, but to be honest, that's, if anything, that's pretty accurate to Frontiers when you get down to it. He is not the nicest looking in that game, so it's only accurate for him to be pretty ugly if you want to get the most accurate rendition of Frontier Sonic. And ooh, usually I manage to do this section pretty well, but I think with the speed sneakers throwing me off a little bit. So yeah, I think overall he's certainly accurate looking, or accurate as you can be, considering you also have to be designing for SRB2's range of movement. Well, I think the things I'm not liking quite as much are the UI. I think the boost bar and the oxygen bar, they're a bit clunky because they've added this sort of 3D effect to it. Like, really basic 3D effect to it, which looks kind of off and isn't from the original game's UI, so I don't know why it's there, for lack of a better term. I also think a couple of the effects are a little bit off, like the water skimming effect with that kind of dark blue thing. That's a bit off. I really like some characters if you boost. There was another character like this, where if you boost here, you just go flying. But yeah, for example, oh, looks like the whirlwind shield kind of knocked me off course there. But next time we come across some water, I'll kind of sew it off. I think probably the next boss fights. But yeah, I think that effect looks a little bit off. Dexile Hunter, Sprite Answer, several of the sprites are unfinished, and I'm still trying to make them look as close to Frontiers as possible. Yeah, I figured that was probably the case. But yeah, like that for example, it's a bit off. I'm not quite sure where that came from. Like, I'm not quite sure what the intended like look of that was, but it doesn't look great. So that's probably the single biggest spriting flaw I've got. Yeah, and then the UI. I think most of the UI kind of generic one, the stuff you see all of the time, I think that looks generally pretty good. It's a little bit over pixelated, but then to be fair, we're not working with vectors here, we are working with sprites, there's only so much you can do. But yeah, it's the boost and oxygen ones are a little bit awkward. But yeah, other than that, I think the sprites are generally pretty strong. The menu also could do a little bit of work. So, here's actually one of my first questions to the guys working here. I don't know whether or not to like the fact that I can go and customize everything. I suppose it is very accurate to Frontiers, where you have to go in here and you have to go and tweak your settings to try and make it look and feel good. And I will go on a little bit more about that in the future. But the first question I have here is, what does this SM thing at the top here actually mean? Because I kind of just assumed it meant super music. So Parap the auto count says it does have a super form, but it's currently unfinished and not in the demo. Okay, I assumed it was super music, which is why I went on my Discord and I was asking, how do I access the super form? Because he's not accessible in this demo, as just said in the chat. So yeah, I was kind of tweaking with this and going, how do I actually unlock the super form. Because I assumed that this was super music. I mean, SM. Makes sense. The other thing is, it's a little bit, like, awkward. Like, you'll be scrolling through the menu, and then you'll do something, and it just will arbitrarily stop working. Tricks seem a bit pointless at the moment. Reading the update log on the forums, it looks like it was a bit of a last-minute addition, or even an additional kind of just tweak, along with the water surfing after the character was released, which might explain it, but it does look a little bit off. These sort of tiny props I was getting. But yeah, I am liking the momentum, especially once you do as I did and tone down air resistance, which, you know, accurate to base Frontiers, it's pretty much the one piece of advice I'm seeing universally given. Turn down the air resistance. Once you turn that down, you get a really nice flow with a guy. You know, from boosting and then kind of going into the air. That feels really good. One thing, seeing as I am doing a homing attack here when I don't really need to be, one thing I will say is the homing attack's a little bit off at the moment. Or at least rather the way you toggle extra momentum, or carrying the momentum from your jump forward is a little bit off. So the way, for anyone who hasn't played Frontier Sonic and wants to know, the way that it works is to trigger a homing attack, you need to be using custom 2. So it's easier for me to kind of think of it in my head if I talk about my control scheme. So for me, that's triangle. But the way that you can, and by default, if you just press triangle and do nothing else, so if I find something other than an enemy to attack, because they'll go berserk, if I just, come on, lock onto the thing, yeah, if I lock onto that and press triangle, yeah, see, I didn't get any extra momentum from that. I'll dodge over the spikes with those bad, go into it. To get the momentum, what I need to do is I need to press triangle, and then, oh, one thing, I want the monitor. You need to press triangle, and then as you're going towards it, you need to press square, or custom 1, which is fine. I mean, it's not fine, it actually sucks. But, like, logically, that is what it is. It's the fact that it is the only ability to work like that. So, the stomp, for example, has extra effects if you hold the, what was it? If you hold toss flag in the air, you stomp, and then if toss flag is still held when you land on the ground again, then you, what's it called? Then you slide. So that's one thing, that if you hold it, it triggers the additional effect. There's a couple of other things, I can't remember off the top of my head. I think there's a couple of things like that. And the homing attack is the only thing that doesn't work like that, where you have to trigger it, press a separate button to trigger its extra effect. And that's, in my eyes, personally, that's really awkward. That feels honestly really bad. And it doesn't make sense with the rest of the mod, and I don't remember it acting like that in Frontiers, so it really confuses me why it's a thing here. So that's my first big gripe. Like, oh. Maybe some people might go, well, that's a small thing, but it really does reduce my willingness, or rather my temptation to use the homing attack. And it feels like it would work just generally a lot better if it worked more you know, logically, it was more consistent with the rest of the mod. I think it would just make things better. It's a bit of a strange effect. I don't really get why it's there. I don't know why that decision was taken for the homing attack. Oh, dodge of those. They're cool. What else? We'll launch up here. The other thing is, Frontier Sonic is extremely, and I mean extremely sticky when he first starts moving. Like, he will stick to the ground like he's glued to it. And it feels really, really, really bad. It doesn't feel at all natural. Oh, fucking hell. This section, I don't know why, but it always... I'm fine with it usually, but I think it's just because Frontier Sonic's height's different to the usual roster. It throws me off. And the extra momentum and stuff. But for whatever reason, this section, as Frontier Sonic, messes with me. And I can't see. There we go. I once spent like a minute just dropping down and all the rest of that. But yeah, so yeah, Team Starfall. Right, so change what you have to hold from Custom 1 to Custom 2. Yeah, so what I'm kind of saying is to make the homing attack better and more consistent with everything else is just to make it so... Oh, okay, yeah. Don't homing attack there, just jump, same as always. Yeah, what I'm saying is you want to just do it like a lot of the other things where whether or not you continue your momentum from a homing attack is based on whether or not you just keep holding Custom 2. Like, you know, if you just press Custom 2 and then you're not holding it by the time that you hit the enemy, then sure, you just jump straight above them. But if you do want to hit them, then it should be just hold Custom 2 until you reach them, and then that keeps your momentum going. That, if I remember correctly, that's more in line with how it worked in Frontiers. It's more in line with how the rest of his moveset works. It would feel a lot more natural. As at the moment, it's like a bit of a odd one out, if you will, in the moveset in terms of how it works. So that's one big flaw. The other one, as I was saying, is he's very sticky to the ground. I have tweaked the settings. So someone in the comments said, it's, you know, have you messed around with acceleration? I have, and that has somewhat alleviated the issue, but it is still there. It is still an issue. Not quite as much of one, but it's not quite so bad because throughout this whole live stream I've just been, as soon as I move off, I'm going for it. But if you're trying to do delicate platforming, or you're just, you know, anything really, with any sort of delicacy, as Frontier Sonic, it feels really bad because you stick to the ground so much when you, like, I'll see if I can demonstrate it. Like, if I kinda go to the side, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know whether it's coming through on video, but it doesn't feel like the acceleration curve. Maybe it is. It starts off with basically nothing, and then it very, very, very quickly accelerates. It's kind of like forces more than anything. It doesn't feel very accurate to Frontiers. If I'm remembering it correctly. Maybe it is. Maybe it was, what's it called? Intentional. But yeah, the only way to really fix it is just to up the acceleration. So I was doing it at 70. Oh, okay, there's more stuff here. I didn't notice all of this, to be honest. Oh. Maybe there's more stuff. The more you... Wow, okay, there's a lot of stuff here. Yeah, I only thought it was the first 4 things. Okay. Yeah, okay, so if I turn acceleration back down to 70... It's easier to do that on keyboard, it kind of gets stuck. If you're doing this on controller. Maybe if I do acceleration start to level more. And well, that answers one of my other questions, which was asking... how do I change to adventure style, because I saw that in the things. So there you go. It turns out it really is like the base Frontiers, where you really do just have every single setting you can imagine as a tweakable thing. They really is accurate to the Frontiers experience, where they did not trust you to make a universally liked control scheme. So they're just like, well, whatever, do it yourself. But yeah, okay, that answers a couple of my other questions, funnily enough. I'll have to mess around with that a bit more. Maybe some of my other complaints can be fixed a little more, or somewhat alleviated for all of that. I never noticed all of that. I assumed it was just the first 4 things. Hitboxes are a little weird, but there you go. Better than V6. I'll be honest, I am not. As much as I think I am a fairly popular part of the SRB2 community, I'm not that involved with it. Oh, yeah. That's something that I'm not a fan of. His, the way damage works. I get it's carried over from Frontiers, where he did that thing where, you know, if you're hit by an enemy or whatever, you're kind of launched backwards, and you only take damage when you hit the floor. But I think the key difference is that in Frontiers you didn't go as far relative to how much relative to yourself. Like, if you were damaged in Frontiers, it didn't feel like you were being knocked back that much. I'm sure you know, if you look at the numbers and all the rest of that, you're actually, okay, that's a bit ambitious. Yeah, in base Frontiers, or in the original Frontiers, it didn't feel like you were launched anywhere near as much when you get hit backwards as you are here. Like, you go flying when you get hit as Frontier Sonic here. And it's a little bit off. It's excessive. It feels kind of goofy. You can use Spin Dash there. Yeah. Shows how much I know about Frontiers. Obviously, I know the Spin Dash was a really broken thing, but I never really liked the Final Horizon stuff. I didn't go back to Frontiers in between when I 100%ed the base game and when the Final Horizon launched. I didn't go back to the game. So when I did jump into the Final Horizon, and it was all about, you know, here is your Spin Dash, super powerful, get used to it because you're going to be needing to use this everywhere. That was a bit off for me. So maybe much the same here. I need to be using the boost less, and I need to be practicing a little more. Well, not practicing, but I need to be using the Spin Dash a little more. Kind of going to the side there, but that seems to be a pretty universal thing with me in every boost character. It's a problem with X Sonic. Problem here as well. But yeah, the boost is so powerful that I really haven't had much, what's it called? Motivation, much drive, much need to practice with the Spin Dash. Oh, I wish I could break through that. This section really kind of loses its appeal once you've done it the first time. At this point, it's like, okay, and now I'll sit here for 30 seconds. Going through Arid Canyon, doing the same thing as I do with every character. When is Bro trying Adventure Mode? Well, that was going to be a question I was going to ask in, what's it called, today's stream. Because I had seen it on the front page, the download page, and I didn't know how to use it. Because because when I was going through, I didn't realize I could just scroll down on the menu further than the original 4 options. But clearly it's there, so I'll try Adventure Sonic in a moment. See how that goes. There we go. Not quite sure when that new sparkly effect kicks in. It looks like it's... I assumed it was 100 rings, but it looks like it might be lower. Maybe it's 50 or something. Oh yeah, a question I do need to ask. And I'll wait until we're once again back to normal enemies, because there's not much point trying it here. It's not going to work. But I do, yeah. It does need to be asked. Come on. There we go. Good thing here is that, seemingly because of the way that Fang's hitboxes work, he's not actually able to deal with my homing attack, which is good. But yeah. Question I have to ask is how... The side loop doesn't seem to do much. Let's see if I can find an enemy that isn't just going to kill me. Right, yeah. You go and use your orbs. Come on. Fire them all off. Yeah. So. See? Like the side loop. Again, kind of half remembering from Frontiers. It's supposed to like launch enemies up or something. And all it doesn't seem to do much of anything other than give me rings, which is cool, and it is, you know, Frontier's central gimmick, so no matter how you go about it, it kind of needed it in some capacity, but it doesn't feel like it does much. Like, I tried doing the whole infinite boost thing, because as much as I saw that would be a nightmare to code, I figured, well, it's worth trying. Doesn't do anything. So it does just seem to be, no matter what you do, all it does is give you rings. So that kind of threw me off. I figured the side loop would do something more. If you use Imbrak, it disables his shield. Well, there's at least one use, and it's a very good use, because it'll make that fight so much faster. Ugh. But yeah, see, it feels like the amount you launch backwards from being hit is kind of excessive. Like, I understand where it came from, but I don't remember it being, relative to the game, that crazy in Frontiers, in Sonic Frontiers. I never, you know, was being launched backwards after being hit and going, wow, I'm going crazy distances. It never felt like that, whereas it very much does here. Dodge all of you guys. Do you guys not have 3D models, or am I going crazy? No, yeah, I think it does. I haven't paid attention to them, so I was like, oh, it doesn't even look like they're 3D models. I don't know why I'm going so slow here, I don't need to be doing this. There we go. Oh, 0, I didn't even notice. Oh, but look, I had just gone through a checkpoint right beforehand. I guess we'll look at doing more things for the side loop to do. It's not so much that, it's just the fact that when I kind of dropped in, I had kind of half skimmed through the ability sections just so I know all of them. And I kind of came to use the side loop and was like, oh, doesn't look like it's actually doing much. I was like, that's going to be a really gracious thing, and then fucking Terabyte has to come in. Ruin my day. Yep. Yeah, I've seen... So with the Excalibur, I saw that it fired him off into the air. That was something. Right, I got no idea whether this is actually the best route to take. I think I might have screwed myself over here. But it'll be funny, if nothing else. Just to see how it goes. Well, it's not going too badly at the moment. Maybe it will work out fairly well. Oop. Get launched a million miles back. I mean, if nothing else, it pretty much guarantees you're out of danger by the end of it. If it doesn't just launch you into something new. Fennec the SVG says, I should try getting crust. Nice, thanks. Luckily, it looks like he's got infinite lives, so I don't need to worry about rationing them out, so seeing as I've gone through a checkpoint. Oh yeah, the squish noise. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did know about that. It's pretty funny. You gotta press the button here, don't you? And just go to the top. It looks like somehow my jump animations have become decoupled from my body. Haven't had that happen before. That one's new. Can I? Yes. Now the real question is, can I just boost up here? Because this section's a nightmare. Yes, I can. Quite successfully as well. That section's always a toss-up. It's always the one where I go, why on earth did I go this way? Oh, ho, ho. Okay, this is going better than I expected. Oh, I don't trust these. Oh, no, never mind. Went well. Problem between the sprites and the layer system. Or something like that, if I remember correctly. Fair enough. I mean, I've seen that kind of thing happen all. I will say that the one fun thing about how the damage works is that sometimes stuff like that happens, where clearly if you get launched into certain other effects after being damaged, it kind of cancels it. So that's fun. I'm not sure whether or not that's something you want to pass out, because it is fun. It's a fun tweak. Fun quirk. If nothing else. I'm not sure how accurate it is. I don't remember that happening in Frontiers, but again, I think that's effect of the just the distance you launched. That kind of thing can happen more often. It's strange, sometimes I seem to get height from... You know, maybe I'm just misremembering. Is there something to just... Side? There we go. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, and it looks like I've been recoupled with my effects. That's good. Oh, okay, no, never mind. It looks like it's a gravity thing. If your gravity gets changed, that happens. Looks like that's the main answer, because... Although it has fixed itself now, so... I don't know what was going on the other time, where it seemed to be quite permanent. If it was indeed something to do with gravity. Up here, there we are. I will say that having, you know, was it originally being quite cynical with Frontiers Sonic. I wasn't enjoying him when I first got my hands on him, I will say. I have warmed up to him. I am quite liking him quite a bit. Right. Okay. A little closer than I would have liked. Yeah, I was a bit cynical originally, especially when I hadn't tweaked his physics settings and when I was... Oh no. Okay. Yeah, when I hadn't tweaked his physics settings and hadn't properly mapped toss flag, because I usually just keep that unmapped. Before all of that, I was a bit cynical with him, but having played more with him, I am appreciating just how versatile he is. Usually a lot of these speedster characters, I suppose I did go and name all the archetypes, I need to be using them. This kind of speedster type character, they're generally pretty bad at platforming, especially with then they have this sort of custom physics system that clearly Frontier Sonic has. But I have to say that it feels surprisingly natural here. It doesn't feel off. Oof. Right, come on guys. Don't be like this. Yeah, there's still, you know, there's the odd quirk. But for the most part, it's pretty natural. And he feels pretty good just platforming. Which again, is something you can't say about a lot of other characters. Right, am I going to be able to just skip over this? No. Roro Peter asks, did you try the Rush Aura? I have tried all of the auras. I've just gone back to the Frontiers Aura just for this, but I have tried them all. I think I like them all. I think the Rush one or the Colors one is probably my favorite. Yeah. If I had to give my say. But yeah, this is the kind of thing where that kind of sticky starting speed, which again, seeing as that is a thing, the Excel start might be fixing it. If it was a bit unnatural, but that's kind of very slow, especially if you're not moving when going off a platform, it can feel a bit awkward. Like going from 0 to something is a bit awkward. Going from like very slow to very slow, that doesn't feel too bad. But if you're not moving at all and then try and jump, that can feel a bit awkward. So I don't think you need to tweak anything really. I think you just might want to look at maybe changing the default Excel start level. So whatever it is at the moment, I think it was like 43 or whatever, maybe jump that up to 50, 60, see whether that's a bit better. At the moment it feels like it might just be, as a default, set a little too low. So it can feel a bit awkward, a bit off. Oh, I can't break through spikes. That looks shame. Oh, you... That's it. But yeah, see, if you're kind of stopped because of spikes, for example, you can be a little bit awkward. And we'll get those while we're here. Oh, you... Come on. There we go. Oh, no. Oh, just about saved. Can I get some more rings, though? This is a very, very dangerous position to be in. Where is he? Is he ahead of me? Doesn't look like it. I figured, well, I suppose while we're here, might as well try out this spin dash. I mean, it doesn't feel that crazy, but maybe it combos well with something else I haven't really experimented with. Right. Is this guy going to go well with just homing attacking him? Yeah, there's also this strange Yeah. There's this strange blind spot right in front or right around enemies where you can't homing attack them. I'm sure that probably has some relevance. That probably is from somewhere. It just feels a little bit off. And I do like you can just scare Metal Sonic just by going up to him. Oh yeah, no, this is going to be awkward, isn't it? Might have to try that. This is going to be awkward. Come on, get down. Whoa! Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Right, up. Please go up. No, don't go straight into the ground. That's really bad. I didn't realize he just default posed there. I assumed he'd have something. I assume I'm not going to be able to just jump into him. Yeah, there's going to be something stopping him. This section's easy. If anything, it kind of feels like the sections in this Metal Sonic fight are the wrong way around. Like, it feels like this dash section should be first, because it's so much easier than the electric ball section. Like, it really is just sit in the middle and jump when he comes towards you. Mark X World 5708 question for Jackal. Will you review my map pack when it is done? Depends on the map pack. If I feel like I have something to say, yeah, probably. Yeah, there's no point going for any of that. He doesn't have any super sprites in this build, in the public build. Right, so try and Psyloop this guy is what I need to do. Oh yeah, baby. That's it. I imagine that's probably going to be less trustworthy when he kind of levels up and he's a bit more aggressive and stuff. But getting rid of that first, like, sealed destruction, huge. Whoa! Whoa! Okay. Just about to say, did that hit? Just about. Okay. Don't want to hit him right on the edge, or else that happens. Yeah. The rings feel like they go flying a little too much. They're a bit crazy at the moment. I suppose you can probably get around it just by using your Psyloop to get yourself some rings, although it looks like there might be a minimum size. Oh yeah, that's great. That's something. That's good. Be able to just do that. Right, come over here. I need you a little more in the open, big guy. There we go. It would be kind of cool if there were, like, Guardian opening things. Like the red strip that comes before every boss fight in Frontiers. Though I imagine that's probably a lot of work. I'm not going to bemoan the lack of that here. Kind of curious how that effect works. Yeah, okay. It uses Frontier Sonic knockback rather than the default kind of vertical one. They're the same. Makes it a bit more difficult to get away safely from it if you get hit with it. Right, come on. Oh, good thing I was right by a wall. Okay, you're going to be too dangerous to hit again. Oh, is it just do the side loop anywhere? Because, like, I was nowhere near that guy. I hate it when this guy kind of tricks you out. It's like, really, dude? Come on. Don't do that. Walk into the thing. Go like a man. There you go. Right, there we go. That one's done. What we're going to do now is I'm going to go and probably the 06 level pack. It's just the easiest one. Not the easiest one, it's the one that I think will probably work best with him. And we'll try him out with the adventure style. Because I haven't tried that out yet. Because again, I didn't realise that was a thing. But there we go. Yeah, 0 emeralds. Fantastic. Right, Sticknick Productions says, hello everyone. Hello to you too. Welcome to the stream. Right, I think it's on here. Yeah. And we'll do the music as well. Frontiers in 06 is pretty fun. I figured it probably would be. Right. And after that introduction, we stop immediately. So we go through here. It says, is it just 0 to 1? Yeah. Right, so now the differences are we don't have a boost, we have a spin dash. Oh, and we have the air dash instead of a double jump. And it looks like we become automatically faster if we reach a certain thing. Okay, this might take a little bit to get used to, but it's interesting. Haven't gone familiar with the other control scheme. Yeah, I know there's a third difference as well. Yeah, the stomp. There we are. But we still have the homing attack. While we're here, actually. Oh, wrong way. Wait, how do I re-enter the menu with adventure mode then? Because it's usually L1 and then spin. But, can't do that anymore. The menu command. I'm gonna need you to tell me what that is. Is it just menu in the console? Stomping game status, which is tab. Right. Let's try out some of these other. spin, drift, drop dash, jump. Oh yeah, we'll change that as well. See what that changes. Let's try 4. Now with this one, we'll try 2. And we'll also turn on ring attract, just because why not? So it looks like that makes it so it's now sort of transparent jump ball. Interesting. I'm not seeing any changes to the homing reticle though. I haven't played the Adventure Sonic games, so I'm a little less used to this control scheme, just generally speaking. The homing attack itself changed. See how that works in a moment. And here's the kind of boost mode that you get if you're playing in the Adventure control scheme. Yeah, just based on what I'm seeing at the moment, I'm not sure I like it quite as much as the default control scheme. But it's still fun in its own way. Certainly still fun. Just not in a... I'm not sure whether or not this would replace the default version for me. Yeah, I think I still prefer the true Frontiers thing, but it's a good experiment. We'll try this out, see how it goes. Doesn't work all that well with moving platforms, but then I think that's just how the balance generally goes, to be honest. Oop, little too far. Blame that on all the extra momentum I added. Yeah, come on, stop doing that now. We get it. Oh, right, let's try side looping some of these guys. Will these guys be launched in the air? Yes, they will. Keep forgetting I don't have a double jump. That's the problem. Yeah, you have to be a little more careful with your platforming now. I'm screwed, aren't I? Oh, wait, no. Okay, yeah, screwed. Did I not reach a single checkpoint? Crazy. Okay, don't get hit. Don't get hit in the sand. Bad. He is not good at getting out of it. I would recommend changing the acceleration and acceleration start things, just so you can get used to it a little bit better. For cowards. I'll tough it out. I think just barely dodged an enemy there. Could theoretically just bounce all the way up these, but I think that's a bit awkward. And I'm pretty sure I landed on that platform, but there we go. Awkward to jump detection is hardly foreign to Frontiers Sonic. Yeah, okay, acceleration's a little bit wacky. Might be air resistance. I don't quite know. There we go. There's the next control scheme. Waiting for that one. Just to run straight into a bunch of spikes. Dodge you guys, come on. I know you just get launched upwards. Oh, please don't be... Yeah, so there you go. If, I can't remember what stream it was, but if you were watching the stream where I was going on about how right as soon as I finished it, my fire alarm went off, there you go. You heard the fire alarm. That's, well, I generally try to avoid times where it goes off. Can't remember what it was. Sometimes they do drills and all the rest of that, so I go, come on, really? It's a horrible, horrible noise. It's the worst fire alarm noise I've ever heard, and it goes off constantly. It's horrible. There we go. So yeah, if you hear that noise, generally if it goes off once, it's probably going to go off another couple of times. You know, maybe once or twice more. And yeah, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not the one causing it. Oop. Tricked by the fucking ball. To be fair, the hitboxes on these are always weird. There we go. Can I beat the 06 level pack before I die in a fire? True. Can I beat SW206 while my eardrums getting destroyed? Oh wait, no, you're the X-Slimer. I don't want to be home and attack you, because you're weird and don't work the same. Oh. This guy's far and away the best boss fight in this level pack, and he's just a worse version of the X-Slimer. There we go. Can you side loop him? I actually have got no clue what happens if you do. Well, no, not anymore. But I assume it's probably just... don't know why that started twice. I assume it probably just does nothing. Like with the Orbinaut. Or Uradon, or whatever that specific variant is called. Did absolutely nothing. I imagine probably the same gimmick there. Well, I got the boost for all of like 5 seconds. Oof. Didn't quite get it right. I have an uncanny knack for jumping straight into poles and stuff like that. Right, okay, I don't wanna try that. I don't think it was gonna go well. Yes, please. Alright, let's see how well this goes. It's been a while actually since I've done this without a flying character. So usually, you know, you just fly over this section. Try to an attack up to that, doesn't quite work. Looks like it doesn't quite go through solid ground, but, you know, there we are. We make do. Was there anything in there? No. So I just go bounce everywhere now. I mean, nothing's stopping me from just doing this, is it? Like, even enemies Well, that was fun. Oh, wait, no, I don't have the boost. I was like, I'll just boost around that. No, not happening. Right, there we go. This is just the destroy all the enemies room, isn't it? Yeah. Right, come on, one of you worthless ingrates, hit me. Hit me. There we go. Gotta tease you first, because you gotta wait until you hit the ground, but there we go. Got there in the end. I was gonna be like, I'll just boost up there. Sorry, not boost. Spin dash up there, but unfortunately not. Covered in spikes. And orbs and various other things you don't want to get hit by. So we'll have to go that way instead. There we go. The bounce is a little OP, yeah, but that's why it's fun. It's always a little OP, to be honest. The thing with the bounce in every Sonic game is that it's either the most busted thing in Sonic's moveset, or it is basically completely useless. There's never, ever an in-between. So if I have to choose between both of them, I suppose I'll probably go for the it's a little bit overpowered thing, because at least that's fun. Whereas if it's useless, you just forget it's there. And no one's interested in an ability like that. Does mean you occasionally get the humorous stuff like here, where it's just best to just constantly be bouncing, but there we are. That's a side effect I'm willing to accept. There we go. Right, I don't think I'm gonna be... Oh! I think I probably hit the side there, that's where that came from. Bounce over all of you guys. Come on. Excuse me. Thank you. There we go. I've always found all of the flame things here hilarious. Like, this is way overkill. And there's the big arrow in case you didn't realize where you were going. Although saying that, I appear to have fucked it up, so... Maybe I'm the one who needed that. There they are. Right, and now... Oh, I was going to say, let's get serious, let's stop bouncing, but it appears that... Terrible idea. Nothing but bouncing. It's the only thing that works. Right, I think... The door should still be open, I think. Yeah, there we go. Let's try the other way. Don't actually know how that's any different. Oh, it adds some moving platforms. How terrible. He says as he fucks it up. Yeah. Is it just down here? Yeah, rather than going all of the way around the building. Let's go this way. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Whatever that was. Didn't mean to do it. I've never struggled on this section before. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, like, I get that it's Crisis City and there's fire everywhere, but like, come on guys, this is a bit excessive, don't you think? Oh, okay. No. Wrong place. Right, straight up here. Oh, I was going to say on the boxes, but clearly not. A little bit delicate, but there we go. There we go. Now we got it. So yeah, there you go. Bounce is definitely a balanced part of Frontier Sonic's moveset. Ooh, I forgot about this. I don't know what it is, but Flame Core, for whatever reason, despite me now having a more powerful computer, lags like crazy. It's terrible. Is this just you fucked up, little boy? An island entirely to wallow in your own failures. Door open straight away. Good. Good. Oh. Glowing for punishment, it appears I am. Yeah, now it's my turn. Oh yeah, the other thing he has that I haven't used up till now is the Lightspeed Dash. But I must confess that I cannot remember what the button combination was. I think it might be custom 3. Let's have a try. Yeah, custom 3, except, you know, don't do it on stuff like that. It always does weird things when you try it on stuff like that, no matter what Sonic game you're playing. This is going very, very well, guys. Very, very well. Yeah, this is another destroy all the enemies, isn't it? This one's a real pace killer though, because you've got the Excaliburs to deal with. And they always take an eternity to kill. Like, come on, just get in the way. There we are. Line them up like bowling pins. And stalactites. Just like the actual Frontiers, I have no idea what triggers the trick system. I assumed that it was the, what's it called? I assumed it was hitting red springs, but clearly not. Am I getting up there? No, I'm not. And I fucked up again. He's gonna raise? No, boring. Right, let's try legitimately this time. It turns out bouncing is not always the the way to solve our problems. Oh, great. I do not remember this room. I think I must just skip it, usually. Because I do not remember this room at all. You can lightspeed dash your rings when you lose them. Oh yeah, I suppose they do drop in a big circle. Oh, okay. Never mind. Won't do that again. This nice calming section. I keep running off platforms and then seemingly mistiming my jumps because I keep accidentally triggering the air boost when I don't mean to. Not quite sure the path you're supposed to take on this lower section. Is it this way? Oh yeah, there you go. Oh wait, no, I've just ended up back where you start. Do you have to take the upper path? Or am I missing something? Why am I just doing the air boost when I'm on the ground? Right, there we go. There we go. Took a moment, but there we are. I was about to say, please don't make me kill all the Excaliburs again. That way. Oh, yep, and here's the somewhat invisible section. Well, not invisible, dark section. It's not actually too bad. I don't know how that's coming out on the stream, but it's not actually that dark in-game. Wrong way, Spring, wrong way. Oh, crap, forgot about the button. Why am I fucking doing that again? I'm not in the air. Why am I doing the air boost on the ground? Right, yeah. Okay, you gotta go this way. Press the button, and then you can proceed. There we go. Should I post this stream in SRP2 Media Town OS if you want to? All of my streams, because I stream exclusively on YouTube, they're all just automatically saved on YouTube. But if you have a specific section that you wish to save for whatever reason, then go ahead. Skip past you. Crawler. I forgot just how many times you drop down in this level. Right, Mephiles. There we are. Where are you? Can't remember who the last guy I played this level as, which guy that was, but I remember this being a nightmare with him. Who was it? It appears that if you don't press anything, you get launched up into the sky. Oh. Seems if you got 3D models on, you don't get the Mephiles skins on whatever. You're just stuck with the basic skins. Who was it? There was someone that just, it took ages. This guy. I think it was another Sonic, but I can't remember which one it was. I think it was on the stream. I thought I'd already hit you twice in this phase, but apparently not. Again. Oh. Not very accurate, are you? Who was it? Because I remember he would just circle around the arena. He wouldn't properly come into the arena. And because the guy, whoever it was, he had pretty bad offensive abilities, he just could not handle it. Well, that was easy. Slowly inch towards the button. I will admit it is its own fun little side adventure in its own right, just bouncing everywhere. Maybe that can be its own challenge video. Can you beat SRB2 while doing nothing but bouncing? Because, I mean, it seems very possible if stuff like that doesn't happen. This is another destroy all the enemies, isn't it? Is there a radioactive... Oh, no, it's a button. I was about to say, is there a radioactive shield hidden somewhere? Clearly not, because it's not necessary. I will say that... out of all of the levels in this pack, I think that Radical Terrain's probably my favourite. Frog Forest, or the jungle one, I can't remember what it is, actually is. Frog Forest and Aquatic Bay is probably be my least favourite. Discounting bosses, of course, because the Aquatic Base final boss is genuinely atrocious. I'll have to go back into the streams to try and figure out who it was I was playing on here, because it was definitely... I remember on the stream, because I remember talking to people during it, and I don't talk to myself while recording. Oh, I love the maxi speed sections. Fun quirks. But there's nothing that can't be fixed just with a little bit of bouncing. Okay, a bit all over the place, but it's fine. It's fine. That's one way to avoid all of those detons, I guess. Tropical Jungle, yeah. This and Aquatic Base are probably my least favourites in the pack. This one I think is just a bit dull. It kind of swings between being really annoying with the like instant death planes everywhere, and then just being dull. Whereas the Aquatic Base is just... ugh. Oh, was it X Sonic? No. It couldn't be next Sonic, because I think I probably would have just rage quit Aquatic Base if it was. Every time I do that, I'm like, okay, at some point, it's not going to just let me keep spamming bounce anymore. And every time I'm proven wrong. No, it is very much just going to let me keep spamming bounce. There is nothing the game can throw at you that makes it impossible to keep bouncing. Okay. So you can't bounce on those mushrooms unless you have somewhere else to go afterwards. I know, Curb and Team Starfall, that this probably wasn't the way that you wanted me to showcase a Frontier Sonic, but I can't help myself, it's too fun. Just bouncing everywhere. Okay, I'll stop there. A little too much delicate platforming here. Right, and then there it is. Yeah, just bounce on a slope and you pretty much immediately, no matter how slow or fast you were going beforehand, get all your speed for the boost. I'll follow the sign. I think the water here is instant death, I think. Okay. To be fair, it's better with Frontier Sonic, who doesn't have lives, for this sort of thing to happen, than it is with most other characters where you're like, oh, great, and now I just died. At least with this guy, you go, ah, well, that was stupid, that was funny, that was whatever, and then you just move on. Okay, he does still have the water slide thing, just not all of the time. Or you just need to be going fast enough. It's a little less easy to trigger it than it is with Frontier style, because you can't just have the boost on demand. He does have lives, I just don't know how to fix them. Well, honesty, I suppose. I assumed you just didn't have any, between the fact you don't have a life counter anymore and the fact that Frontiers doesn't have lives. I just assumed you had made them infinite or something by default. Right, I won't push my luck this time. Oh, this is gonna suck, isn't it? Oh no, actually it's fine. Right, and then it's avoid. No, which one am I hitting? Oh, both of them launch you backwards. I see. Sneaky. Where to next? I've ended up over here and I've got no idea where to go. Oh, right, okay, so this section is just for the extra rings. Makes sense. This is the way you're actually supposed to go. Do you use 3D models? Not generally. I just triggered them to test a certain character. Because I've started kind of just looking at different characters to be for the 5,000 subscriber special. Oh, please don't send me all the way back. Oh. Oh. How many levels are left after this tropical jungle? Is it just aquatic base? Because I'll be honest, I don't really want to try that. That one is always hellish. Oh no, that. Oh well, get through it at least for Kingdom Valley. To be fair, I think that section only felt as long as I did because I was messing around with those bonus rings for, as it turns out, no reason. Yeah, it's not actually too long, usually. There we are. Back where we need to be. There we go. I was about to rage quit there, but as after turns out. Let's get there. So it's the Frontiers mode. Well, I've already done the first half of the stream in Frontiers mode. Seeing as this is kinda just a reason to see whether I could get some of the questions answered for my review before I start recording footage. Yes, this was really just a way to kind of test out everything before I start on scripting and recording footage for the stream, for the video, the review proper. Well, I'll be able to get my thoughts a bit more in order. I will do more unscripted stuff in the future, but I don't think reviews are going to be like that. I don't think I'll be moving forward to do unscripted reviews at any point. I think the whole point of review is so you can get all of your thoughts in order. You can give whatever you're looking at a fair shake. Look at the pros and cons, and I don't think you can really do that unscripted. You can give, like, you know, early thoughts all over YouTube and all the rest of that, but I don't think you can properly review something unscripted. I think you do need that writing process to be able to get your thoughts on the thing in order. So yeah, this isn't a review or whatever, this is just testing out a character. See how he plays. I don't know why the... Oh, is it because I've changed the homing attack? Is that going to be it? Oh wait, no, it's a button for this section, isn't it? I was about to say, I don't know why the homing attack's so much more consistent here before remembering. Oh wait, it's because I changed it. I just haven't used it since I did that. I watched your old SRB2 mod ranking videos and I thought they were decent. Yeah, I'm glad you think that, but I gotta be honest. Looking back at them now, I hate them. Like, really despise them. Even just the way I talk in them. It's horrible. It's kind of a shame that all of this time later, they're still the main thing everyone sees when they go on my channel. Like, I've done much better since. And I'm glad I started making a couple of videos that are starting to match in terms of viewer count and stuff. Because, you know, I'm so glad that those are finally starting to... There's finally other things that people are seeing when they go on my channel. But, yeah. I'm hoping that when I do the 5,000 subscriber special, and it's all ranking different, all of the various mods I've played over the years, I hope it finally kind of gets rid of those. They're no longer the definitive thing on this channel. I can finally proclaim them to be outdated and move on, make other things. Oh, for fuck's sake! Because my opinions on a lot of mods have changed since then. As I've, simply put, gotten better at the game. And then there are, you know, just the advancements in the modding scene since those old reviews have means that standards have changed. So I've written the segment for 2 mods so far, which is obviously nothing considering how many I've got to write, but you know, it's a start. Oh, for fuck. Yeah. And they were mods that I quite liked at the time, but since, with all of the various dozens and dozens and dozens, I think over 100 mods at this point that I've covered, they've become a bit, we'll say, quaint. Antiquated. They're not quite the level that they used to be. They're not quite as definitive a set of mods as they once were. Not that they've been replaced, but a lot of the things that you praised them for, and were like, yeah, this is why you need to play them, they've been done since, and often done better. Right, up we go. See ya, everyone. Don't want to be ya. And into the max speed section. Here we go. God, he's so cool. When he isn't getting hit by a bunch of detons. So cool. I was about to say, a bit awkward. I assumed he would just, like, automatically jump or something. Jackal, spin dash on the water. I'll try. I mean, we're on aquatic base now. I don't think we start underwater. So I should have the opportunity to, at least somewhere here. Ah. Turrets. Are you like this? Right, spin dash on the water. Not quite sure that's what you meant to happen. I assume there's something a bit more interesting than that, or else you wouldn't recommend I do it, but... Right, this section of the level. Dull, boring, not fun. Right, press the button. I was about to say I messed that up, but as it turns out the air boost is kind of crazy underwater. Yeah, not the time to want a massive speed boost, as it turns out. In fact, a uniquely terrible time to get one. Also, in Frontier style, you can jump infinitely in water. Okay. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that, because the game seems to have said no. You gotta be able to stand still for it to work. Right, okay. So is it because I was... There we go. Right, if anything's going to convince me to change back to the Frontier style, it's going to be finding out that I can jump infinitely underwater. In aquatic base, that seems like it could be quite useful. Was this a thing in Frontiers? It's been a while, I can't remember. It wouldn't be the funniest thing physics-wise. I still think the able to hover using your, what's it called, parry would still probably take the cake. But yeah, that game was held together by sticks and glue at the end of the day. That was why I kind of fell off of it with the Final Horizon update. Like, I was liking it before then, but I think the Final Horizon update really put to show the limitations of the Frontiers physics. Like, it proved why the game was so easy, because I didn't feel it could really manage it. The difficulty, added difficulty of the Final Horizon update. So like it was fun when it was an easy time like it was in the base game, but when you added in the Final Horizon, the extra difficulty there, it was like, okay, the limitations of the style clearly shown here. I think they've cleaned it up in Shadow Generations, so I don't think they're endemic to the style. I think it's just with the, you know, we'll be charitable and say lack of polish of Frontiers. I think they were a problem. But I think with the extra polish, they're not so much of one. Like, come on, why is the thing not triggering? There we go. Oh, but now I don't have my bounce. What a shame. That section always felt really strangely laid out. It doesn't feel like the natural order you would do 1, 2, 3. I'm a glutton for punishment. Right, infinite jumps, let's go. I like how you can just hear the drop dash constantly starting, just to never get anywhere. Whoa, got a bit close there. Yeah, I usually just fly over this section. Who's got time for all of this? This is another one you've just got to destroy the enemies in, isn't it? Don't think there's a button for this section. Enemy? Where's the enemy? Up there. Is that all of them? Yeah, there we go. Goes bright red and you can't see. Right, well, let's see whether this is any better. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't have the thing to begin with, does he? Just the water starts rising, you've got to kill him as quickly as possible. Maybe the infinite jump can help alleviate things a bit. Like, I don't need to worry about drowning so much. Because I can just do that. Whereas obviously, much more of a threat with pretty much anyone else. Yeah, okay. Turns out, Frontier Sonics makes that easy. There is in fact underwater bits in Frontiers, although there isn't much. Check the second island near the bomb section and the fourth island near the ruins. In your Road Adventure Sonic review, you said you don't really like the adventure design. Recently on stream, you said you liked it. What is your real opinion? Difference in exposure, I suppose, is the easiest way to explain it. When I said that back in the Adventure Sonic review, it was because most of my exposure to the Adventure Sonic design was... I will in a moment, I just... Hans Meyer is the first one I saw. Back when, in that old stream, the main exposure I had to the Adventure Sonic design was the Adventure renders, and I really didn't like those. Like, the weird plasticky look. Not a fan at all. Really don't like that. But now that I've had more exposure to the Adventure 2 design and the Adventure 2 model, I like that a lot more, so I've come around to it. So that's the main difference. But there you go. There's both things done twice. Dexile Hunter asks, if you wanted to add something to Sonic Frontiers, as I'm assuming you're talking about Frontier Sonic, besides the abilities that aren't currently in the demo, what would it be? Well, I haven't kept up with its development, so I don't know what is planned and isn't in the demo. I mean, Super Form, definitely. In some form, but obviously that's coming. I mean, it's already in the menu. I think tweaks... Nothing I think needs to be added. I think the main tweaks I would make is change the default Excel start value, because at the moment it is whatever it is, I think 40, and that's a little bit low, so hence the problems where I was saying he was a bit sticky on the ground when you start moving, so that should be raised a little bit. And yeah, as I was saying at the start of the stream, the homing attack, to keep its momentum, that should be done by holding custom 2 rather than having to press custom 2 and then while you're traveling switch to custom 1, because that feels quite bad and it doesn't work that well, frankly. Like, you'll be holding custom 1 and it'll still won't hold your momentum, so it doesn't work all that well. It's better if it just, yeah, if it's just done by holding custom 1. So yeah, those were my main 2 tweaks. But there are a couple of other things that, having gone and done all of this, were answered through this stream. So that was kind of the reason I planned to do this, because I kind of figured I'd be able to lure a couple of the developers here, which I have. Team Starfall, Curb, and Dexile were both here, both working on the dev team. So this was basically a ploy to lure you in so I could pester you with questions. And all of them have been answered, so I feel I'm in a much more informed place to begin writing my review. Which again, isn't going to be out for a while. Could be up to a month. But seeing as it's already been a slow month here in December, could be a while. But yeah. I hope this will be the next video. Not the next thing on the channel. I think I'm going to do a 2.4 stream tomorrow before I break up for Christmas. But yeah, the next video will be the Frontiers Sonic review, and then we're going to start on the new playthrough. How exciting! But those will be less of a upload schedule than it is at the moment. So at the moment it was like 2 Ring Racers videos, 1 SLB2 video, 2 Frontiers video, 2 Ring Racers videos, 1 SLB2 video. That's not going to be the case anymore. It's going to be probably daily or bi-daily, every 2 days, uploads for the playthroughs, and then it'll be as and when I can go and make the videos. I'm not going to be working on just the playthroughs and then a review or whatever. It's going to be the playthroughs are a side thing while I work on the proper videos. Yeah, if you have any questions, you can send me a DM on Discord. I will. I'll remember that as I script. But yeah, I come out of that I was already becoming more positive with Frontier Sonic before I started the stream, but coming out of that, yeah, he is a lot better than I was originally going to give him credit for. Which is why you need to go and play characters quite a lot before you can make snap judgments. I think that's another big reason why my opinions on a lot of characters have changed since my older reviews, because I spend a lot more time with characters before I begin writing the reviews nowadays. So it used to be that sometimes I wouldn't even do a full walkthrough, a full playthrough. I get to like Red Volcano, and because I had skill issues, I couldn't be able to do Egg Rock. I just would stop there. Nowadays, it is. Now I do at least one playthrough, generally 2 or 3. At that point, I think, you know, it's fair enough. I think my opinions on the characters are legitimate at that point. Dexile, anyway, to reveal here, I plan to release a sprite update soon, possibly if I have time. Supersonic will also come with a few sprites. Well, that's great. And seeing as Team Starfall's leaving, I'll end the stream here. Thank you everyone for turning up. It's, I believe, the most successful stream I've yet had. I think it's the highest concurrent viewers I've had yet. I've had a lot of views. Clearly, I need to do more SRB2 streams. And I will do more SRB2 streams in the future, because I think what I'm going to do is, as I build up to 5k subscribers, I'm going to be testing out characters, or returning to characters on stream. Because at the moment I've just been doing it in my spare time. I think I'm going to do them on streams, on SRB2 streams. I hope you enjoy them. It'll be a good trip down nostalgia alley, nostalgia lane, trying them out, seeing how they work. So there'll be a lot of characters in streams. Probably not anyone new, but a lot of returning characters on streams. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for turning up, and I'll see you in the new year. Thank you, and ciao. Oh, and Exile Hunter, seeing as you've just got that final question in, yeah, sure, send me any in development Frontiers builds, and I won't make videos unless you request them and I have the time, but I can give you some, you know, advice and feedback on Discord if you want to. But yeah, thank you guys for turning up. See you tomorrow if you turn up, and ciao.